Morning, Steve here in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, the grain markets continue to bounce around. Yesterday, we rallied, especially in the beans, on the fact that the USDA announced 1 million tons of soybeans sold to the unknown. That was a surprise to the marketplace and brought into some buying. The market was also on hold in front of the Fed meeting. Overnight, most commodities are lower, led by gold, after the Fed didn't rule out a December rate hike. Still, the percentages suggest they may not raise rates in December, but every commodity is down. So now the grains are dealing with three issues. Today, the first issue has to do with export sales. Those sales in beans and corn are going to continue to be good, as they were last week. And then the wheat sales continue to struggle with competition, especially from Russia. The number two will be money flow. I mean, again, the funds are basically short meal, corn and wheat, long soybean oil, and will that position continue? We look at technically support in the November beans is around 965, while resistance is 974. So which way do we break out of that tight range as we get into the harvest? Corn, D's corn, you've got probably support at 348, which we've already tested. The next support's 345, and resistance is at 352. So you would think, unless there's some type of yield loss, that the corn market's going to take out support as we get closer to harvest. And finally, in December, wheat continues to be at the lower end of the season's trading range, with support today around 445, resistance at 454. And yesterday and the last few days, we actually saw the momentum studies change and pointing to an upward trend. So we'll see if that triggers any short covering. The funds have a pretty big short position in the wheat. We're watching harvest results. I think that the main thing is that we're starting to hear, at least in Illinois, some of the dryness reducing some of the moisture in the beans, which could reduce the yields. Also, the corn yields are pretty much all over the map and suggest they might be a little bit lower than what the USDA is suggesting. So again, October 12th crop report could be a critical point of whether the market continues to slide lower if they confirm yields, or if the market makes a bottom and start moving higher because the yields just quite aren't there. As far as weather is concerned, more of the same. Not a lot of rain in the east, warmer temps. Rains are mostly in the west and the plains. Northern Brazil is dry. Argentina is wet. Ukraine and Russia is dry as they plant their winter crops, and Australia is also dry. So a little bit weaker tone, blame it on the Fed. We'll see what the market wants to do after the export sales and going into harvest. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day.